guys, it's Ashley and this is gonna be my Pretty Little Liars review, recap, and reaction to the 100th episode, Miss Me Times 100.
If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said, 'cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Ooh, Jenna's back. Ew, Toby needs to cut his hair. She's going back to school.
You can do this.
Oh my god. Yes, she's going back to school finally. Okay.
Maybe she's not coming. She's coming. We should have picked her up. Why didn't we pick her up? Her dad wanted to drop her off. Says I don't think she's coming.
I'm gonna get bullied. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Whoa. It's so amazing.
I was working with a private investigator, and the night that Jessica was killed...
Hannah, I really hope that you find a hobby, and I hope you have a carefree senior year, Em. But I've got to find a way to live with what I did in New York. Okay, are you? I can be sorry for her loss. Right? That's what I can do. Jenna?
Why is she just randomly going into Jenna's house?
Jenna?
As much as I hate Jenna, I feel bad for her.
It's okay if you stay. Paige.
Oh.
It's up to you, Emily. Thanks for getting us together, Em. I are both lucky to have you as a friend. That's the only thing we have in common.
This is nice. Spencer and Hannah moment.
We're here for you, Spence. Those kisses weren't just for practice.
Oh. What?
I don't know what you want me to say. You don't have to say anything.
Oh god.
Why are you telling me this now? I just thought you should know.
I like this new Allison. Kayla! Yay!
What are you doing here?
Could you keep it down, Biff? This is a coffee shop, not the locker room.
Oh. She needs to get back with Cake World.
Let me rub that bald head of yours.
Okay. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Just say that you don't even know the half of it.
Oh.
I knew it was you in my room today. You scared me. You wanted to come in and talk and tell me about her.
Nice scene. Why am I getting teared up with
I
this
think that would help. Thank you,
Oh.
Arya.
So Jenna can be nice. And sweet. Kinda sweet. Chasing her. Oh my god, who was that? Who was that? It's not good for her to be walking alone! Church. Like, be behind her. Mona.
I made you lose Ramona once, and you know I can do it again.
Oh, snap.
Remember? John wasn't playing a game.
Man, that's a big scar.
I'm so sorry.
I don't ever want to hear you say you're sorry again.
Oh. Yes. Oh boy. It's getting... Oh my gosh, the Emerson scene. Calm down. It's just a TV show.
Are you asleep?
Oh my god.
I can handle it.
Ezreal.
And when she started saying things like she could make me disappear, I turned my phone to video.
Oh boy.
They get rid of her.
What the? No! Oh, I was wondering what that other girl was here for. She's kind of... Okay, now Hannah and Caleb needs to make out.
I didn't tell you everything because I was afraid that I was gonna lose you.
Oh, well, wrong time.
It's not gonna fix this.
To make a statement regarding the identity of the murdered girl.
Better reveal it. I'm gonna be mad if they don't.
Guys, it's starting.
The couples.
Backyard 2 years ago.
This mystery has continued to haunt Rosewood as the murder has never been solved, and this announcement is right on the heels of the more recent murder of Allison's mother, Jessica DiLorenzo.
Not only that, the police department is under a lot of pressure right now. These are not the only murders.
Are they together now? Have you been drinking again?
We received confirmation tonight that the name of the victim that was buried alive on the DiLorenzo property was Bethany Young. She was a 17-year-old patient at the Radley Institution. There will be no comments and no questions.
Scared. Oh, what was that? Uh-oh. Oh, who is that widow? That Black Widow lady? Damn it. Of course they're not gonna show it. Well, that was my reaction. Did you guys jump at that scene too? I knew there was gonna be an explosion, but when I was watching the episode, I totally forgot about the explosion and it just kind of caught me off guard. So next clip will be my review and recap of the show. Oh, wow, that episode. Man, that episode was so amazing. Like, in my opinion, I think this was the best episode so far. I mean, we actually found out who was in Allie's grave. Figured that, I mean, we didn't really find out what was Melissa's secret. I mean, I'm not so disappointed. Unless we did, but I missed it. Because it was so good. Like, so much things happened in this episode. I just can't. It's like, I just can't. It's amazing. Okay. And if you hear random, like, bum, bum, bum noises, it's my blinds hitting the window because it's really windy and I have my window open. It's like big thing, I guess, is Jenna is back. Like, whoa, she's back, and she was living in New York the whole time. Well, this is the part that confused me. Like, I thought she could see. Like, couldn't she see the last time she was in Rosewood? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing like she can kind of see, but not really. I don't know. She still wears her shades. Then we find out that Jenna is missing Shauna. Like, she like is missing Shauna, and Arya just feels super bad about it because like they weren't just like working together, but Jenna actually loved Shauna, and you know they had a thing going on. And so Arya feels obligated to go to Jenna's house after school and like talk to her. No one locks their doors in Rosewood. You would think they would lock their doors like a normal person would, especially in Rosewood with all these creepy people. But no, they don't lock their doors. So anyway, the door is slightly open and Arya walks in and she hears Jenna. She's like full on crying and she's on the ground. And she's like, who is it? And I guess she can't see Arya. And Arya just kind of is like in shock, like of how distraught Jenna is. And then so she just kind of runs out. Arya is home. She comes home like it's really late and dark. And then bam, Jenna is like right behind her doorstep. And Arya didn't close her door either. Like, what's up with people not closing their doors and windows? Like, she was right there and she was like, I knew you were the one that walked in. Arya says that she's truly sorry for what happened. She didn't say that she murdered Shauna, but she said, I'm so sorry. Arya invites her inside for some tea to talk it over with her. And then so Jenna agrees to come inside because at first she didn't want to come inside. But I thought that was a nice moment. Like, I feel really bad for Jenna, even though I really hate her a lot. I mean, that, like, it was really sad. Like, I felt like the scene was really emotional. But the biggest thing was Allison back in school. Like, whoa there. Like, I feel like, you know, like over the 2-3 years, you know, the girls, they don't want to be like followers of Allie. They'll still like be her friend and all, but they're not gonna do whatever she says, you know. Like, I mean, it's like, isn't it their senior year, and then the last time was what, their freshman year, is their sophomore year? Yeah, like, I feel like they become their own person. So the 4 girls are waiting for Allison to arrive. She comes kind of later than them, and she comes out, and everyone's just kind of like looking at her, like, and you can't really tell. There's like mixed reactions. And then they're walking down the hallway. She's in front of them. They're trailing behind. Everyone's like just looking at them, like staring them down in the hallway, and they kind of don't know what to make out of it, I guess. And Paige sees it, and she leaves. Like, she can't bear to look at Allie at all. And then Spencer gets pulled out of school by her mom, and her mom just randomly pulls her out of school and in their home, and Mrs. Hastings is all like flustered, and she wants to like leave, and she's telling Spencer to pack her bags because we're out of here. And Spencer doesn't know what's going on. She's like, wait, give me some answers first. And so she finally tells Spencer that she's getting a divorce, Spencer's dad, because she really is convinced that Mr. Hastings killed Mrs. De Laurentiis. I had a vibe, like, she mentioned about Melissa. She's like, we've promised that we wouldn't get our kids into all of this. And I'm guessing she means Melissa. So maybe she thinks that Melissa helped him kill Mrs. De Laurentiis or knows something about it. Wants Spencer to go with her. And she said she'll take care of Spencer. And just hugged it out. And it was really sad. Like, I felt bad for Spencer, you know. Like, I never really cared for Spencer's mom until probably up to this episode. Like, you can tell that she really cares for Spencer. And she doesn't seem that creepy, I'm hoping. And then what I also thought was a nice moment is Spencer and Hannah. They were like talking it over because Hannah's kind of been through it, you know, her parents divorcing, and so Hannah was comforting Spencer while she was like kind of crying. It was a nice moment because like we hardly ever get just Hannah and Spencer moments, so I thought that was really nice that they threw that in there. Caleb's back. Yeah, I was so happy. I like screamed. It was kind of bad timing though. Like, they were at the cafe and she ordered 2 coffees, and her order was ready and it had their names on it, Travis and Hannah. And then Caleb realized that, oh, I see you're busy, and she wants to like catch up with him. Like, why didn't you call me when you got back? And he's just kind of staying quiet about things, not really saying much. And then afterwards, in the end, they meet up at the swing sets. It was like kind of like a throwback moment there, you know. It was kind of nice. We had like a Havis moment. A few, actually, like a couple. They were like studying for like some test, or like, I don't know, they were like researching something in the beginning. You know, Hannah and Travis. And then they were at a party where Hannah got totally wasted. It was kind of funny. And also Lucas was the one who invited Hannah. And I don't know, Lucas is a little weird to me. Like, I don't know, he has this weird vibe. Like, I don't know if he's hating on Hannah, and he's saying he has a girlfriend, but the girlfriend never showed up. I just find it really weird. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do here. Like, if he just wants to be friends with Hannah, but it feels like he's like, I don't know what it is. And Travis brings her home, and then her mom has to like tuck her in bed because she's like all like drunk, and she asks her, why did you do this to yourself? And she says that because Caleb is back. I really want Caleb to get back together. I hope they do. I think Travis is a good guy, but I mean, like, Caleb is OTP. Like, they need to get back together. They just need to. They're amazing together. Like, oh, they're so cute. Also, we find out in this episode that Sydney, that she, you know, she's kind of hanging out with Emily and Paige a lot. She is working with Jenna and Mona. We see her getting out of a car with shades on, with Jenna walking hand in hand, and then they meet Mona at this table, and they're like plotting to get rid of Allie. Like, they all have this, like, this grudge against Allie. Like, I don't know what Sydney's motive is, like if she knew Allie from way before, or she just feels bad for Jenna and Mona that she has to tag along, like she's believing everything that they say. Like, I don't know, but I should have known. Like, she was playing way too innocent when she first came. Like, I was thinking, like, what's her motive? You know, like, right after Allison came back and there's like the Emerson thing, like, a lot of people were thinking that she was gonna be Emily's new girlfriend, but now with Emerson, like, and now she's like with them, you know, like with Jenna and Mona, it's like, oh, she's a villain now. Arya goes to his apartment and things get a little steamy. And Arya just kind of, but before that, she still putting the blame on herself. You know, like she feels bad for Jenna, saying that it's all her fault that Jenna is crying over Shauna. Shows her the wound, like the scar. It's like this huge scar, like right on his stomach, where what Shauna did, and saying that he doesn't blame himself. He doesn't. And then so they end up kissing and making out on the counter, and then things get a lot heated. Emily stays over Allison's house for the night, and then they're laying in bed. And you can tell there's some tension going around, like, before that even happened. Like, there's, like, some tension going around. Like, there's some big tension. But before I get to that, Emily, she takes Paige and Allison. She makes them confront each other, which I thought that was a nice thing to do. Because I feel like Paige is, like, she has too much, like, issues, you know? Like, she doesn't want to forgive Allie at all. And I feel like what Allie said, like apologize to Paige, was really sincere. I'm hoping she was sincere. Otherwise, I'd be pretty pissed if she wasn't. If she was lying again. Here's the thing. I just hate Allie and her lies. But I think she's a somewhat good person. I don't. Paige was saying that she hated Allie and she didn't care that she disappeared or where she was. I don't know. Like Paige was just being kind of rude, and while Allison was trying to apologize, and it kind of just cuts from there. And then in a later episode, Emily is like getting ready to go see this Frozen play. Sydney invited her to go with, and Paige. Allie wants to go, but she's like, oh, Paige is gonna be there. And you can tell Allison felt a little hurt by that. Like she genuinely wanted to go, and I mean, like, why can't she just get along with Paige? And like, and then she told Emily that she was sorry, and it kind of made me tear up that she was sorry. Like she owes her apology, because before, when Emily was having feelings for her, she made it feel like it was just, you know, like a one-sided thing, you know. And she said that those kisses weren't only for practice, which was, oh my god, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, my Emerson heart is going crazy right now. I never thought I'd be this into Emerson. Like, I never thought I would. And look where I am now. Like, oh my gosh. So Emily's kind of confused why she's just telling her that now, and Allison just says that she feels like she needed to hear that. And so later in the episode, so we're back at Emily spending the night over at Allie's house. So they're in bed, there's some tension going on, and Emily can't sleep, and she's like, Allie, are you still up? And then they turn to each other, and Emily leans in, and they start making out in bed. Same time, Ezria does stuff in Ezra's apartment. That's like going on the same night. Same night when Hannah got drunk was. But another one was Allison and Mona confrontation in the church. She was walking home late at night by herself, and there was some car chasing her. So I'm guessing that car chasing her was Sydney, because it looked like the car. Unless I'm wrong, or maybe I'm gonna watch the episode again. Couldn't tell who it was because it was really late at night. Yeah, so then she runs in the church because that's like the closest building, I guess. And I was like, oh man, something's gonna go down here. You can tell it's really sketchy and dark, you know, and just creepy. And then Mona appears there, and they get into this like little like cat fight, and then Mona just slaps her. Allie slaps Mona, and then she has like this red bloody mark. And then so Allie tells the other girls about it. She doesn't tell them that she slapped Mona. She just says, I just stared at her blankly. Like, she acts all kind of innocent, you know, like she's like lying to them. And the next day at school, twins that Allie apologized when she came back to school were like this, like standing, like guarding Mona almost. And then Lucas was there, Paige, Sydney, and some other random people. And they're like, what? We're not afraid of you, Mona. And Mona, I guess she was recording that the time Allie slapped her and all what she said to Mona. She was recording that on her phone though, the whole time it happened. So she played it for the girls, and they couldn't believe that Allie lied to them. And they couldn't believe she was actually saying that stuff to Mona. Like, they thought that she changed. And so Allie goes into the bathroom, the girls confront her, and they're like really like mad, like, and they kind of like lost the trust, especially with Emily. That was the night after, you know, there's them like kissing and stuff. She's just disappointed in Allie, like, why'd you lie to me and all that. Allie, she like, from her side now, from Allie's side, okay, not Emily's side, Allie's side. I mean, we had from Allie's side like the barn scene, but it's a different different. It's in the like different. Presses Emily's like face and hair, and then she's like about to lean in to kiss Emily, and then Emily's just so pissed and annoyed with her that she's like, "It's not the time now," you know, like, oh. All of a sudden, breaking news, they're about to reveal who's in Allie's grave. So then they call all of the girls up, and all the girls are with their boyfriends. Spoby were in Toby's truck, and Spencer was telling him all about it, all about what has been going down, and then they start making out in the truck. I don't know why I did this. And then so they call all of the girls and their boyfriends over, and this is the one where Hannah was the swings with Caleb. She's like, "You're coming with me." So they all go. Emily and Allison, they're holding hands on the couch, which I thought that was pretty cute. So yeah, all the couples are there, like, oh my gosh, that was so adorable. And then it's revealed that the girl who's in Allie's grave is a 17-year-old girl, Bethany Young. The girl's name was Bethany Young, who was a former Radley patient who escaped the same night Allie was allegedly, they said allegedly, kidnapped. So at least we found out who the girl was. I mean, is she gonna be like an important role, or just that's it? I mean, I thought it would be like someone who was that girl, that other girl in that one episode last season? Two girls that somewhat looked like Emily and Hannah, and they were talking about how their friend disappeared. But what was that girl's name? Was it that girl? I don't think it was, though. This name doesn't sound familiar. But then they're all gathered around this TV. You know, everything's like, they're like kind of shocked. And somewhat relieved, I guess. And all of a sudden, something like just breaks their window, like, "Pwah!" And I like freaking jumped. Like, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, then they all run out and they realize Toby's house is burned down. And you're like, oh my gosh, is anyone in there? So then Toby runs, I guess, towards in the house, and Spencer doesn't want him to go because, I mean, obviously that's fire. And all of the girls' phones start ringing, like beep 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 beep, but they never show the message, and they never show the girls checking it either. They're like all in shock. Like all of the couples minus Toby are in shock. Like they don't know, like, whoa, what's happening here? And then the ending A scene is A in the lair, black hoodie, black gloves. There was a black veil costume, or the Black Widow costume, and then there's the dollhouse that we've seen many times before, but it was wrapped up in saran wrap, like plastic wrap. Dolls in this box, and then they bring out a blonde one, which I'm guessing is Allie, and then they sit it right next to the dollhouse, and that was the end. Like, oh, this episode was by far the best. I loved it so much. Like, oh my god. Not only because Emerson is together and Ezria is officially back together, it's like, it was just so much things happen, you know, and we actually found out some answers, and it was just, oh, so amazing. I just gotta give a clap. Yeah, so that was it. Hope you guys liked my reaction and review and recap, and hope to see you guys next week, and bye, peace out.